I'm going to explain what a GMO is. A GMO is genetically modified organism is a plant, animal, microorganism or other organism whose genetic makeup has been modified using recombinant DNA methods. Gene modification or transgenic technology. This relatively new science creates unstable combinations of plant, animal, bacteria, and viral genes that do not occur in nature through traditional crossbreeding methods. Most developed nations do not consider GMOs to be safe and have significant restrictions of outright bans on the production and sale of GMOs. The US and Canadian governments through have approved GMOs based on studies conducted by the same corporations that created them and profit from their sale. The first GMO that was released in the markets was in 1994 with the release of a tomato then can have a longer shelf life in the US. And ever since that point, GMOs dominated the markets with vegetables, meats, fish, and many other food products.
What do you think of genetically modified organisms in general?
I think it's a complicated issue because genetically modified organisms can help provide people in countries with harsh weather conditions with a lasting supply of food. So, for example, you can modify organisms to be drought tolerant and to be disease resistant and to maybe produce more, to have more nutritional value than they might normally do. And that's very important. So I think a blanket ban on them is maybe unwise. I also think that maybe we don't know enough about what the potential dangers of them are, and that it's also very difficult to stop them contaminating non-genetically modified organisms. So it's complicated.
Proposition 37 is a California mandatory labeling of genetically engineered foods. It was unfortunately defeated on November 6, 2012. If Proposition 37 had been approved, it would have required labeling on raw or processed food all offered for sale to consumers if the food is made from plants or animals with genetic material changed in specific ways. Prohibited labeling or advertising such as food as natural. This proposition would have been great for the cause of national labeling, but was defeated due to the amounts of donations and the major power of the food industry in California. There was around $45 million of donations for the opposition and only $8 million for the support of Prop 37. That's a substantial difference, and that is one of the biggest reasons why the proposition did not pass in the first place. This money was funded by Monsanto, a massive distributor of genetically modified pesticides, seeds, and food products in general. Other companies that funded the opposition were PepsiCo, Coca-Cola, General Mills, Kellogg's, and many other major companies. This is to show that they did not want this proposition to pass because they did not want the public to see that most of the products are in fact genetically modified organisms. The only strides to national labeling is a law that passed this summer of 2016 in July that was signed by President Obama. It is the first state to require labeling of genetically modified organisms and is the biggest stride to our national goal of complete labeling. To answer our question, Vladmir, Mr. McBride, and I all believe that genetically modified organisms should be labeled on a national scale. Thank you for listening and have a wonderful day.